In its sixth year of conflict now, the war in Syria may have lost its ability to shock, but this past week has unnerved even those who thought they'd seen it all. The UN's special envoy to Syria asked all those involved to act to end the humanitarian disaster unfolding in eastern Aleppo. But his message seemed aimed particularly at Russia and Bashar al-Assad's Syrian regime.
We now hear of bunker-busting bombs being used and see pictures of large craters in the earth, much larger than in previous aerial bombings. If they are confirmed, the systematic, indiscriminate use of such weapons in areas where civilians and civilian infrastructure are present, this may amount to war crimes.
Speaking directly after de Mistura, the United States ambassador accused Russia of backing barbarism.
Instead of helping get life-saving aid to civilians, Russia and Assad are bombing the humanitarian convoys, hospitals, and first responders who are trying desperately to keep people alive. Russia will argue today, no doubt, that these attacks are meant to fight terrorism, and that the people killed in this offensive are terrorists or terrorist sympathizers. This is absurd.
But fighting terrorism is exactly the argument which the Russian ambassador made. He accused the US of not taking the rebel terrorist threat seriously.
The Americans basically said they are not able to influence the groups and thus fulfill the agreement they wanted to see. First of all, separate the opposition, the moderate opposition, from terrorists on the ground. And this is something written down in all of the documents. Nothing was done, even in terms of determining who is the terrorist group. There were lots of issues regarding that, giving us the impression that the main aim was to ensure the military potential of those opponent to the Syrian government, whoever they may be. We see all this very dubious.
Then it was the turn of Russia's ally, the Syrian regime, to deny that it's guilty of war crimes.
My country condemns the use of internationally prohibited weaponry, and we stress that all military operations conducted by the Syrian army and its allies on Syrian territory uphold the UN Charter and international laws, as well as the resolution of this Council on combating terrorism.
It's a depressing war, but things have not looked this gloomy for a while. Staffan de Mistura told the Security Council that he will not resign and not give up on a settlement for peace. But with trust gone and confidence crumbling, a negotiated solution looks extremely far off. Ben said, TRT World.